Hi everyone, and welcome to Inside Echoes. I'm your host Aman. Today's topic is going to be about inner union. You might have heard this word inner union a million times. You might have heard people, all the spiritual people, leaders, religious leaders, keep talking about how inner union is something that is a prerequisite to ascend, to grow spiritually. But I was never told, at least, that what it basically means. What is inner union? How does it bring stability and harmony? So we're going to be exploring that topic. If that interests you, just stick around. We're going to be exploring that in depth with some exciting examples. So let's get on with it. Our soul has two components, masculine and feminine, and whatever component chooses to express itself becomes the gender of your body in this lifetime. Regardless of the gender of the human vessel, soul still has impressions of both the parts, and the union of those two parts makes our soul complete or whole. Now, as easy as it may sound, it takes a lifetime sometimes to get to that union to happen, and even several lifetimes for some souls to bring about the inner union and harmony. And that inner union is required to make us whole with the one, to bring stability, balance, be in alignment, to be the beacon of light and enlighten others in their journey. Now, I'm not going to bore you with all those textbook lessons. I know these kind of words look really good to read, and trust me, the quote unquote religious brokers use words and theories like this to gain following and to lead people into superstitious world based on lies. I, on the other hand, am the polar opposite. I have been called idiosyncratic a few times in my life. But as long as it satisfies my curiosity, I'm okay with it. So, like I said, every religious scripture mentions union of male and female within us, and you might have heard so-called preachers talk about that union quite a few times. But what they don't explain is what exactly does it feel like, how to achieve it, and most important of all, what are the masculine and feminine expressions of the soul? Have you ever heard any religious preacher explain that? More importantly, have you ever asked this question as to what the feminine and masculine aspects of the soul are and how to bring them to union? How to bring them to harmony and balance, and what does that mean actually in practical life? I'm going to share something very interesting before I explain this any further. So, as I was trying to decide on a topic to discuss for this podcast, and whenever I'm confused, I ask the divine for guidance. I use tarot as a tool for me to connect with divine and seek guidance. So, as usual, I picked up my deck of cards and asked for guidance. The answer I got was, I need to talk about divine masculine and divine feminine aspects of the soul and about the union and what comes after. Just so you know, tarot is a tool that I use along with my intuition and psychic awareness. The answer was very clear because I could hear it in my mind very clearly what the topic is going to be. But the problem was, I had absolutely no idea what to talk about, as I myself am not that aware about this topic. I was laughing and thinking, why couldn't I just pick a topic that I had enough to talk about? And now I'm given this topic that I'm a complete stranger to. And why would the universe want me to speak on something I'm not confident about? So with all these questions, I picked up my laptop and started typing whatever was coming to my mind. After writing a few lines, I reached an impasse and was thinking maybe would do a deep meditation tomorrow and ask for some more answers from the universe. And then all of a sudden, this information, or you can call it download or channel, some people call it, it started to flow in my mind. And with that came the realization, what I need to talk about and why is that so important. So here is it. I'm going to share all of that with you because all of this that I'm going to share with you, I had no information or knowledge about this previously. Like I said in my last podcast, that soul is the divine within us. And now I said just before that the soul has two components, and the union of those two parts is the key to bring about the wholeness with the one. Now, like I mentioned, every religion and belief talks about that union and how that is the only way to bring balance and be one with the Creator. Most religious beliefs reference the soul as a female who's longing to be in union with her divine masculine counterpart, who is divine, God, universe, almighty, whatever name you want to use. Now, if we assume divine to be someone just sitting up there, that implies soul wants to go up there to be with her divine counterpart, right? And that also comes with the realization that divine feminine, that the soul is incomplete on its own and remains incomplete all her life until she goes back and becomes one with the source. All this does not sound right clearly, does it? Everything is within us, and so is that divine. He's not sitting up there, somewhere waiting for his divine feminine to come and meet him. He's within, in everyone, and everywhere. He just is. This universe is that divine power experiencing itself. The entire expanse is that source, that divine, which is present everywhere in everything and at all the time, past, present, and future simultaneously, because it does not experience time. Although human minds are not evolved enough to understand this concept in depth, and that's okay, because that's also how that divine chose to express. We are humans. Now, coming back to the topic, that divine feminine, that's the soul longing to be one with the divine masculine, means going within to be one with the divine masculine that's within us. Now, this does not mean that soul has a gender and is feminine and the divine, the source, the God, has a gender which is masculine. Nope. This was just an example to make you understand what this means. And also the religious beliefs using the gender feminine for the soul are they all for the analogy meant to deliver a better understanding of both the aspects of the soul. But we all know that meanings get changed over time by the so-called quote unquote religious brokers and they get twisted to fit a certain model of society that caters to their needs. Anyways, getting back to the topic, I just remembered I got told this one time that I use word anyways a lot. Anyways, sorry, my ADHD brain and its random thoughts. It's really hard to shed all those thoughts and focus on the topic. That is why I have always preferred writing as a better mode of expression for me because I get lost in my own thoughts while speaking. And if I do not have a transcript, of course, then it makes me so overwhelmed because I cannot convey my actual feelings and emotions and sometimes cannot even convey the actual facts. So, anyways, back to the again, anyways. Now that we've understood how female and male counterparts work within and that everything is within and nothing is outside for us to look for, all we need to understand now is what are the male and female aspects of the soul and how to bring them into union or balance. If I ask you, what is it that comes to your mind when I ask you, name one dominant male characteristic and one female characteristic? What is it that makes you feminine or masculine? Let me make this more simple, okay? What is it that males refrain to do as it might make them look more feminine or woman-like? And again, what is it that makes women look more man-like or masculine? Although that's a different thing today, that most women are doing things which were only once limited to males in the society, and I am proudly one of those women. Unfortunately, I cannot say the same for the men. This last part was just a joke. Please don't think I'm a feminist. Now, I'll give you a few seconds to think, okay? I'm sure whatever words you used or however you described it, most of you got it right. Feminism is all about expression. Expression of everything, be it creativity, emotions, passions, compassion, love, relations, celebrations, beauty. That's why we're often called drama queens or overly emotional, right? Ever thought why women wear makeup? Like, where did this start originally? Who woke up one day and decided women should wear makeup and why men don't wear makeup? That's because no one told us. It's a part of our expression of our beauty. Think of it as men might look at a book, read it, also acknowledge the good parts and bad parts, but women underline the text, even highlight the parts in colorful pens, and might write something at the blank page in the beginning with a colorful, glittery, and rainbowy colors. Right? Wearing makeup is like highlighting our favorite parts of the book. It's in our nature. Our phone cases, laptops, bags, purses have accessories to highlight them and make them look more colorful, more beautiful, as we call it. We like playing with dolls as kids because we are learning to express our emotions very first time through that doll. Our notes in the school always had different colored pens, and books were wrapped in nice covers and stickers. We keep journals and personal scrapbooks full of pictures and quotes and colorful drawings that express our emotions in that moment. We like to decorate our room, our houses in a way that reflects our emotions and passions. Rainbows make us ecstatic because to us that is Mother Earth expressing her joyful emotions. Colors make more sense to us. Everything is about expression for us. I hope you all are with me on this till now. Now let's move to the masculine qualities. If a female experience is all about expression, what would be the essence of masculine experience? Think about it. It's the two opposite forces, two sides of a coin, like yin and yang, two pieces of puzzles that fit together. If female experience is all about expression, which is going out, being out there, being loud, of course, metaphorically, featuring every aspect, bringing everything into spotlight, what would be the opposite of that? Drum rolls, please. Grounding. Yes, coming back to home, bringing everything back to the core, turning chaos into peace, bringing balance and stability. Masculines, masculine energy experiences emotions as much as feminine does, but due to lack of expression and the urge to ground every emotion, they come across as cold and lacking emotions. All the colors that make a rainbow in a woman's world merge together and return to their origin, which is white. In a man's world, that's it. That is why man's usual choices for colors are white, black, blue, and the shades within. The intensity that comes with manhood is not a choice. It's a part of their essence. When a man says he would rather sit at home and watch TV than go out for shopping, he's not boring or being disconnected. No, it's what he really enjoys. Okay, would you rather sit at home and play video game, ladies, than go out and get a manicure? Now let's be honest here. If our expression of feminism is okay, And yes, I get it. Sometimes you might feel a little untitled as well. Shh. So is a man's right to be his true self and be okay with it. Men might not understand colors as we do, but they do know what colors or when colors make us happy. Peace, stability, and balance is what they crave all their lives and are ready to sacrifice their little joys just for the sake of it. They're always willing to move mountains if it brings happiness to their little nest that they've built, and that too without even expecting a tiniest bit of gratitude from us. Men express differently. They don't believe in loud expressions. Although they do expect that from you, so don't get that wrong. They might not jump up and down, get teary, sob for hours every time they feel emotions, but that does not mean they are indifferent to emotions. No. Even a simple apology is the hardest task for them. Their expression of emotions is the polar opposite of our expression of emotions. Alright, now we've understood the core nature or expression of each gender. Here comes the part bringing a union of both within. Now, being in a union means accepting both your female and your male energy equally and bringing it to a balance where both the aspects act in harmony with each other. Now, that doesn't mean that men should start wearing makeup to accept their feminine side and women should become more intense or boring, as we call it. No, 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 not at all. The core essence of both the aspects, which is expression and grounding. If we're in perfect harmony with our feminine aspect, we should work on grounding ourselves, give shape to those emotions, have a bit more control of our emotional fluidity, bringing awareness to the parts of us that feel less grounded. Be the empress and not just a princess. Embrace the parts of us that we have always been ignoring. Do all the shadow work. And if we're in perfect harmony with our masculine side, we need to work on our expression. That does not mean we need to cry every time we watch an emotional movie, but express our emotions instead of bottling them up. Be willing to be open and vulnerable to people that care for us. It feels beautiful, trust me. Give that rigidity some rest and be a little less uptight, maybe. Appreciate the little things in life in your own way. Come out of that survival mode and embrace the happiness and love all around you. Relax. World is not ending today. Share some of your responsibilities with your loved ones. You don't have to carry the world on your shoulders. You've been doing that for a long time now. You've been living to make the world around you happy. Now live to make your own self happy because your happiness matters like everyone else's. Now, when you start working on both the masculine and the feminine aspects of your soul and start to bring balance, how do you know that it's working and you are getting centered and grounding? So, there's a few stages, a few indications that inner work is being done and progress is being made. So, I'm gonna just bullet point a few of those things very briefly here. So, the first one and the most important and the most prominent one is ego death. Ego death happens when you let go of your limiting beliefs, beliefs that are holding you back, maybe generational archetypes. You become more open to sharing and see the world as one big family. You have more compassion for those around you. You become more humble and have a willingness to learn and share. Now, the second is sense of balance. You sense harmony around you. You become more patient and tolerant and have a sense of stability. You're less triggered. Then comes letting go. Certain habits and patterns and even people who are not required in your life or those who just do not align with your life anymore, they disappear from your life, start to disappear, or they just do not exist in your reality like before, or the bond that you used to have with them before, it's not the same anymore, it changes. And then comes the magic, the last step, which is manifestation. When you've reached that balance, that perfect harmony, and everything, you're moving towards stability. Now you are in that manifestation vortex. Now you can create, you can manifest your reality. You are the creator of your own destiny. You get to choose how you want your life to be, how certain aspects of life are going to look like, because you are in complete control now. Alright, now we know the core features of both masculine and feminine personality, how to bring balance. A perfect balance would be when we master both of these soul parts of us and embrace ourselves completely. When we've done all the shadow work, we live in harmony with both the parts within us. One key fact is that most of the times we don't even have a hold of either one of them. Being a female does not guarantee a complete control over the female essence, and vice versa. The same goes for men as well. Being a male does not guarantee that you have mastered your masculine side, your masculine essence. That's what makes this journey intricate and complex. First, there needs to be complete acceptance of all of ourselves. Then comes the shadow work to face the challenges that scare us the most or are buried somewhere deep down. Now, let me ask you a question, okay? Why do you think you have this desperate need to make everyone laugh around you? What do you say? That's how you've always been? And that's a part of your nature? Think again. Or how about this? Why do you think it is important for everyone to like you? And even the slightest of criticism triggers you. I'm going to leave you with these questions just because you need to do some thinking too. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Much love and light from Aman.